Hello, everyone. Let's come on. Let me make sure I've got the right audio channels. That's much better. What? I don't know why that is. All right. The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. We're actually here. My freaking dog. My dog.
Toby, you have found his trail.
Man, you think the dog could walk over that? This is an interesting perspective.
I don't think he came here for a drink.
I mean, he could have.
I don't think he came here for a drink.
I make a lousy dog, don't I?
Nothing of interest here.
No. But I was a good sniffer. Oh, wow. Look at these textures, everyone. Man. And here I was trying to mod it to make it look good, but it was, damn, this dog can see better than I can. Is it just me or do the footprints go in this room?
The lever is stuck. Closed.
Ah. Here sniffing things out, just like.
Our man came this way.
Man, I wonder what Sherlock actually thinks that he'll be with me controlling him. Oh.
Grease.
Well, thank you for taking that.
Our man came this way.
I'm thinking he came through with the bridge down. Well, now that we got grease, so let's go this way. Wow, this is very advanced for a dog. Sherlock's just standing right there just watching his dog.
Good dog, Toby.
Okay. Well, controlling the dog seems a bit fun. I can't believe that this game is an M-rated game.
He left by this door.
Did he?
Locked from the inside.
Just like Resident Evil. Okay. Let's see. The doggy's getting lifted. Here now. Hey, Phoenix.
Well done, Toby. You are a true detective.
I don't know about that.
The door is locked, but we can force it.
Can you?
Some ice picks are missing.
Guess somebody had the same idea we did. Kind of pushed me back into this room. Not fine. Useful here.
The door is locked, but we can force it.
Nice.
He took the gaff here and cut a piece of fire hose.
I'm not gonna make a guess that the Thames, this area here of the Thames is 1-to-1 to real life. I shouldn't think so. Although, this is a different time period, so...
Our man must be on the other side of the gate. It would be better not to go down there.
There's a fishing port. That's all blocked. Oh. Wow. Okay, well.
Toby, don't jump. Let us find another way in.
But that way jump. Okay, fine. Gotta find another way in.
Locked from the inside.
Just like Resident Evil. Alright.
Search, Toby. Search. There's a good dog.
Sure. Blue Town.
Now I can go down.
Hey, this is one smart dog. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. Okay, well that leads me back to this room. I got short, stumpy legs. Don't tell me to run. This is an advantage being a dog working for the great Sherlock Holmes. Quite interesting. Hey, Sherlock. A kitty.
Aren't you too old for this, Toby?
All right.
Safe here. Safe. Whew.
Don't be afraid.
But
keep
it's
calm.
you. Stay away.
I want to talk to you. Don't be hysterical. Drop your gun.
I don't trust you. You're out to get me. Don't come any closer.
Toby. Ah.
The poor man. What a dreadful end.
He has definitely gone.
But why was he afraid of you? He was terrified when he saw you.
He must have mistaken me for someone else. Let's go. We have nothing more to do here.
We have been running around all night, Holmes, and I've had enough. And that poor young man. Let's find a police station and...
There's no question of calling the police, is that understood? Instead, let us see how we might continue our investigation.
Very well, Holmes.
All right. Time to go to Westgate Jail.
Here we are at the famous Westgate Prison, one of the oldest and surest in the kingdom.
I've heard that it is soon going to be demolished. Don't you find it strange that it still houses criminals as dangerous as Hans Schielmann?
There's nothing strange about it, Watson. The name of this prison is linked with numerous failed escape attempts. As long as it stands, the criminals will fear it.
Good morning, gentlemen. Are you expected?
No, but we wish to meet with one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
I'm afraid that at the moment that is impossible. Access to the cells is controlled strictly. You can't go there without permission from the director.
Then would you be so good as to announce us? I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson.
The famous Holmes and Watson. What an honour. My name is Brighton. Frank Brighton. I'm afraid that I can't announce you. I'm not allowed to leave my post, under any circumstances. But I'm sure that the director won't refuse to see you, even without an appointment. Do you see the corridor behind the reception? Follow it to the secretary's office. You'll find him there.
Thank you, Warden Brighton. One last thing. Hans Schielmann received any visits lately?
None. And I'm sure because I've dealt with receiving visitors for several weeks now. I volunteered because it's a calm post to be in. We don't get many visitors and it gives me time to write. Just like you, Dr. Watson. I enjoy literature and the...
Very good. Thank you.
That was very impolite, Holmes. That man admires our work. You could have given him...
Another time. Let's go and meet the director of the prison.
We must see the prison director quickly.
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
Uh-huh. I think the game's soft locked. I think the game just soft locked. I think the game just soft locked. Okay. Wow. Wasn't ideal. We're gonna have to pull up. Literally gonna have to stop the game. Alright. It did autosave, so it should resume back to the beginning of that. Kind of glitching out.
Closed.
The locker room. This is where the prisoner's things are kept.
Let us go to the secretary's office. Good morning, miss.
Oh, excuse me, I dropped off. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We would like to talk to the director.
I'll just go and see if he can receive you.
Tiredness, pale face, stiffness. I believe that the young lady is expecting a happy event.
It would seem so. The director's office, Mr. P. Patterson. No need to go in there.
Hot tea. This charming secretary is Miss Jenny Patterson.
Strange. The director and the secretary have the same name.
I wonder why that is. Typewriter.
This small rack is for urgent letters to be given immediately to the director.
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I am Paul Patterson, director of this establishment. You wish to talk to me? I hope this unexpected visit isn't to announce bad news.
No, do not worry. We are investigating an affair of the highest importance, one which could potentially affect the security of the kingdom. Therefore, it is imperative that we interview one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
Hans, the rat killer. He's been in here for a long while now, and he's had no contact with the outside. How could he be involved in such an affair?
That is what we would like to find out.
And you have been commissioned by Scotland Yard?
Evidently.
Very well. I have complete confidence in you, Mr. Holmes. I will draw up a pass that you should give to Warden James in the guardroom. He will show you to the cells.
Thank you, Director.
Keep me informed of your progress. And if there is anything else, don't hesitate to let me know.
We shall certainly do so.
Miss Patterson, you have the same name as the director. Are you related?
Come, Watson. Anyone who might have made the slightest study of anthropology would have noted the similarities between the young lady and her father.
Mr. Holmes is right, I am his daughter, but he doesn't like to talk about it. I think he's afraid of being accused of favoritism.
I'm sure it was your qualities alone which secured you this position, miss.
If you must try out your powers of seduction, then what do you say about using them on the rat killer? Goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Closed. Closed. Staff cloakroom. Closed. Locked. I can feel a draft. This must be the access to the inside yard. Closed. Closed.
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
Closed.
Sorry, sirs. I'm on duty. I can't help you.
Low security level, it says. It says high security level.
Closed. Leads to the high security area, where the most dangerous prisoners are locked up. Cleaning materials, otherwise known as a broom cupboard. Nothing of interest here.
Okay. Oh, I gotta go grab the.
Anything else, gentlemen?
This small rack is for urgent letters to be given immediately to the director.
This charming secretary is Miss Jenny Patterson. Hot tea.
The director's office, Mr. P. Patterson. No need to go in there.
If I have the pass, then why?
Closed. 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 Staff cloakroom.
The locker room. This is where the prisoners' things are kept.
Let us go to the secretary's office.
Well, apparently I have a pass, but
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
here we are. I think that's what I need.
Ah, you've got a pass for the high security area. It's the door at the end. Go ahead.
Closed.
My name is Peter James, Chief Warden, and this is Deputy Warden O'Sullivan.
I imagine I will find Hans Schielman behind these bars in the basement.
Yes, the high security cells are down there.
Is this the only access?
Yes, there was a second door at the end of the main hall, but it's been blocked up as a security measure.
Thank you, Chief Warden.
Okay.
At your service. If you require further information, Warden Mackenzie will help you. He's at his post in the basement.
Mr. Holmes, I am a huge admirer of yours. I have followed all your cases and successes with the greatest interest.
What enthusiasm. Have you ever thought of a career in the police force?
Have I thought about it? It's my dream. And I'm going to try my chance once this establishment closes down. I'm studying hard for the examination to get into police school.
Tell me about the prisoners, Warden James.
We only have a few. As you might be aware, the days of this place are numbered. Therefore, we no longer receive new prisoners. Those who are already here are among the most dangerous in London. We have 3 at the moment. Hans the Rat Killer and the Flint Brothers.
The Flint brothers.
Yes, 2 rather simple-minded maniacs who detest one another despite their relation. They massacred their parents and decapitated their neighbors. It took more than 9 policemen to overpower them. See you later, Mr. Holmes.
This device must be the alarm.
Here's the famous high security area.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Good morning, Warden. I have a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hans.
Very well. It is the cell at the end to your left. I'd advise you to walk in the middle of the corridor.
Hans Schielman, I require some information from you. So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes himself. Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here, you are my first and only visitor? I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between two geniuses, two extraordinary minds. I'm afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Shielman. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once. But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case. Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels, believe me. What can you tell me? That depends on what you can bring to me. What do you want? Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals, I am given nothing but a hunk of bread. And even then, not just any sort. Get to the point. Never interrupt me! Where was I? Oh yes, the bread. Did you know that with a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations. Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive fears materializing before them.
You are a monster, Mr. Shielman.
Thank you.
It wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment. What do you need? Very little. Just something to write with. You see, my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me. Just bring me something that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me, and I will be happy to pass on to you a little of my knowledge of modern chemistry. Where is it? It was confiscated upon my arrival here. I suppose it might be in my locker, in the locker room. Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen. See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
All right. So I guess I'm an errand boy.
Miss, may we borrow the keys to the locker room?
You will need authorization from the director to open that door. If you wait a moment, then I will inform him.
We will wait, thank you.
Anything new, Mr. Holmes? Is your investigation advancing? Mr. Holmes, have you been able to get what you wanted from our lodger?
Not yet. We must first cast light upon a crucial point, and for that we require your help again.
What can I do?
We need to examine Shieldman's civilian clothing.
Very well, but be extremely careful.
What do you mean?
In that madman's compartment, you will find a strange little coded case which refused point blank to open when he was incarcerated. We did try to force it, but without success.
Didn't you ask the experts?
Of course we did. Experts from Scotland Yard came to examine it, but they came to the conclusion that it was better that the case remain shut than tamper with it too much.
I see. They were afraid that some poison or other might escape if it was opened.
Exactly. Bear in mind that this man is an evil genius, a master poisoner, and that his poisons are never ordinary. Here's the key to the locker room. I give you the authorization to open it.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Patterson.
Miss Patterson, the guards are still waiting for you to put up the duty list.
Hello,
Do it
DRS.
as soon as possible. Without it, the changing of the guard cannot take place. Or had you forgotten?
Dry your tears, miss. I'm certain that your father didn't mean to hurt you.
Mr. Watson, I can't put up the duty list. And when he finds out, he'll be furious.
Why can't you?
It's in my locker, in the cloakroom, and I've lost the key.
Your aunt.
Say no more, Holmes. As you keep repeating, time is against us. Let's go and look at the things in the rat killer's locker.
All right.
Here is the locker of our friend, Hans, the mad scientist.
Oh, what a jumble.
This solid box must hold a precious object. Let us see.
Okay.
There is something interesting here. 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 Blotting paper. This cannot be a simple coincidence.
DA DR F 8. soon as the catastrophe came to be known, the alarm from mouth to mouth was blown, and all of the town. Good heaven. All over the town. Good heaven. A bridge is blown down, and a passenger train from Edinburgh, which filled all the people's hearts with sorrow, made them for the turn tail down.
A poem in Hans's handwriting. A poem in Hans's handwriting.
So we have
Perfect.
What is written on that note, Holmes?
Later, Watson, later. We can give Hans his pen.
okay. Well, that because
But what could I have done with the keys?
The locker room. This is where the prisoner's things are kept.
What a bunch of incompetents. Oh, if I was as unprofessional as that, there would be murderers running all over the town.
What's the matter? Are you a patient of Dr. Watson?
Very amusing.
I was going on about the dry cleaners in Westgate Street. They've just delivered my ceremonial uniform in the middle of my duty, when I've told them 1,000 times not to bring it until after 6 in the evening.
A ceremonial uniform? You've been promoted?
No, and that's not about to happen. No, I've been invited to a wedding. I mean, I hope to be. I'm in trouble. If the director sees that I've left my post, I'll be sacked without pay.
Give it to me, Warden Brighton. I'll take care of it for you.
Really? Thanks a lot. Here's the key to the cloakroom and that of my locker. I'm really grateful, Mr. Holmes.
What have you got in mind, Holmes? You're not doing this out of kindness, are you?
No, out of curiosity. We will be able to access the cloakroom with these keys. Closed. Closed. Staff cloakroom. Closed. Miss Patterson's locker. Closed. Closed. Here is Brighton's locker. Bicarbonate of soda. Brighton must have an upset stomach, caused by stress without a doubt. The name on the key is Jenny Patterson. That is interesting. Let us examine Miss Patterson's locker. The lock on this box is rather sophisticated.
Incredible. Is Jenny hiding something?
Okay. So. This. Okay. Put this. It'll be good. There.
It's really very clever. Little Jenny is astonishing.
All right. Guard duty list. Service sheet. Basement guard Warden O'Sullivan. Recipient Warden Brighton. On call in the guards room Warden Mackenzie. Coordination Chief Warden James. Message written in onion. Singing Street, Wharf 31, South Bank. Oh. Okay, well that's...
Here is the famous guard duty list. Interesting. A letter from Brighton to Jenny. Barely literate.
Apparently, Jenny is carrying Brighton's child, and it seems that Jenny's father, the director, is unaware of this.
Interesting. Any path Brighton. The heart with two souls. Love. Hi, Jenny, let's get married. Never mind these consequences. Your father will have to accept the fact that we are in love. Think about the baby and don't forget that. I love you, 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 and I've written you a poem. Jenny Patterson, your heart pounds. Mind weighs a ton. Our love has no bounds. It just goes on and on. It was inspired by the great Chinese poet write it. Be courageous, my honey bun, your Frankie. So they have a name for that.
A locket, sealing the relation between Jenny and Warden Brighton. Decidedly, this boy is not a great poet.
No, he wrote a haiku, so... And he was pretty bad at it. just in case.
Sorry, Mr. Holmes, you can't go into the basement for the moment.
For what reason?
The door has locked itself automatically. You must enter a new security code.
Do it then.
Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guard duty list yet. Without that information, we don't know who's authorized to take note of the new code.
So Mackenzie is locked in the high security zone.
Yes, but don't worry about him. He's trained for this sort of dysfunction.
Why not ask the director to take note of the code and open the door?
He isn't allowed to, and I doubt that he would run the risk of going against the orders of the administration center. Anyway, the bars in the high security section are joined to the alarm system, which is in that room. We only need to sound it to unblock, but you see, we can't do that now.
We'll try to find the duty list, Warden James.
We have found Chief Warden James's duty list.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Let's see. O'Sullivan, it's you who takes over from Mackenzie. Take note of the code, please, and unblock the door.
At once, Chief. Ah, Mr. Holmes, could I ask you for a favour?
Please do.
I think I can say on behalf of all the staff that we would be honoured if you would care to write something in our guest book.
With pleasure, O'Sullivan. You seem worn out, O'Sullivan. A good night's sleep would do you good.
A good night's sleep would do me good. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Is something worrying you?
As you know, Westgate Prison will soon be demolished, and I'm spending most of my nights studying for my exam to join the police. You understand, I have to think about my future, so sleep isn't a priority at the moment.
Scotland Yard is always looking for young, competent and motivated men. Would a letter of recommendation from me allow you to get some sleep?
What? A letter from Mr. Sherlock Holmes recommending me for Scotland Yard? Are you quite serious?
Completely serious, my young friend. May I use this writing paper? The one on your desk.
1,000 thanks, Mr. Holmes. 1,000 thanks.
It is addressed to Inspector Baines, a good friend of mine. There's no need to remind you that it must be opened only by the person to whom it is addressed.
Yes, of course. I'll give it to him personally. Thank you again, Mr. Holmes. At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Okay.
It is the guard's guest book, perhaps for distinguished guests. It is the guard's guest book, perhaps for distinguished guests.
The guards must spend long hours here.
Well? You have what you wanted, your precious pen.
You seem annoyed, Mr. Holmes. I would even go so far as to say terribly worried.
Why should you care, Mr. Shielman? Let's talk about that poison.
I am not talking about you in the grip of natural emotions found in ordinary people who are confronted by the inexplicable. But as for Mr. Holmes, you are embarrassed, aren't you? Are you hiding something?
That is enough, Shielman.
You have kept your word. Therefore, I will keep mine. At this moment, the poison which so interests you isn't finished yet. Its maker is encountering great difficulties in attaining the desired results.
What is the end result?
Now, Mr. Holmes, the end result of any science, as Descartes once said, to become the master and owner of nature. Here we are talking about human nature, of course. And the creator's problem isn't so much the mixture as the durability of his creation.
What do you mean?
You see, this poison was made using rare but very volatile short-living compounds, which means that it is only possible to produce small quantities, which most importantly do not keep for a long time. Conceiving such a product in a laboratory especially built for the purpose could be achieved by any good chemist. But recopying this alchemy on another scale and keeping it ready at any moment, observing the particular conservation and storing conditions that a substance of this type requires, well, that would need a genius. I doubt if the creator of this mixture would be capable.
And you would be, of course.
Of course.
Luckily, you are going to spend the rest of your life in prison.
Luck is cyclical. It always comes around again, sooner or later. As far as I am concerned, I have the feeling that the cycle is going to be very short.
Holmes, it sounds to me as though this Shieldman is implying that an escape attempt will be made.
Yes, we must go and warn the director.
Okay, let's go warning.
It is out of the question that your bastard is named Patterson. Very well. You refuse to reveal the father to me? Well, then go and join him. I'm not stopping you.
I can't.
Director, you will have to postpone this small family reunion. We believe that a serious scheme is afoot. We must act without delay.
You're not thinking of...
Yes. Shieldman's words leave no room for doubt. It seems that he is planning an escape attempt. We strongly advise you to search his cell.
Do you really believe that he's hiding something? Because I must make an official report and have a legitimate reason for doing a search.
Why?
Director, if this prison is still in operation, it is solely because of its reputation. Think of the consequences of an escape. It would be closed at once. And what post do you imagine would be offered to the person deemed responsible?
You're right. No one will escape from Westgate under Patterson. I will order an immediate search of Mr. Shieldman's cell.
Chief Warden James reporting. The search of prisoner Hans Shieldman's cell has been carried out. No suspicious items were found.
Thank you, Chief James. I feel better now. Without wishing to offend you, Mr. Holmes, I am glad that you were mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken, we've nothing more to do here. Shall we go, Holmes?
There's just one more thing for me to see, Watson.
What's that?
Mr. Holmes, sorry to interrupt you, but Miss Jenny wishes to see you alone. She's waiting for you in her office.
This, Watson.
How did you know?
Wait for me in the guards room. I won't be long.
What an extraordinary gentleman that Sherlock Holmes is. You must have had lots of adventures with him.
Oh, yes, dozens.
Thought he was infallible, but there wasn't anything out of the way in the rat killer's cell. Could he have been mistaken?
I must admit...
Warden Brighton, in my office immediately. That's an order.
The director seems furious.
Yes.
Yeah.
It must be important for him to order Brighton to leave his post.
I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, that's not normal. I've never heard Flint shout like that.
But
Why doesn't O'Sullivan sound the alarm?
Follow me, Mackenzie. Let's go and have a look.
I'll come with you.
No, Dr. Watson, you're not allowed in. Wait for me here.
Very well.
Hey, but... the grill is blocked, Chief.
We've been locked in. And that smoke, it's coming from below. O'Sullivan, can you hear us?
You guys
Sully,
didn't do your jobs
you
right.
alive? Answer us, Sully.
What's going on? Can I help you?
Sound the alarm in the guards room. That should unblock the door. Be quick. O'Sullivan might be in danger.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Hey, what are you waiting for to sound the alarm, Doctor?
It's impossible. It's been damaged. I'll run and warn the director.
No, Doctor. Our priority is to save O'Sullivan. Go ahead through the visitors' corridor and see if he answers your call.
Very well.
Take the keys. They're in our room.
Locked. No, I've got nothing to do there. No, I've got nothing to do there. No, I've got nothing to do
Come
there.
on.
No, I've got nothing to do there. 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 No, I've got nothing to do there.
Alright. Let's,
No, I've got nothing to do there. No, I've got nothing to do there. The door is locked, and I can hear shouting and crying. We're in the middle of some family drama, so there's no chance of them hearing me. No, I've got nothing to do there.
okay.
It doesn't work.
We must get O'Sullivan up from there, Doctor. Quick, Dr. Watson. Sully might be in danger.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
No, I've got nothing to do there.
Okay, the instructions are not clear.
No, I've got nothing to do there. Locked. It doesn't work.
Useless! This door is blocked by the timer, but not the one below. Give me the keys, quickly! I've got the keys, Doctor. Thank you.
Follow me, Watson. We must repair the alarm.
Okay.
Finally, there you are, Holmes.
I'm going to turn on the system. Watson, you make sure of the contact.
I hope that this isn't dangerous.
Okay. Ah.
It works.
Perfect.
It's open. Let's go down.
Be careful. From what your colleague said, the flints are out.
We are trained for this sort of situation. And we're armed.
Come and help us, Watson.
Everything is back to normal. Thank you for your help, gentlemen.
It was a pleasure.
But where is O'Sullivan?
He's no longer here. He must have gone out through the visitor's entrance.
Yes, and he must be pleased to have gotten out of the basement.
Good. We must now check all the cells. It's the procedure in case of an alarm.
We'll come and help you.
You are evidently fond of wasting time, my dear fellow. Rejoin me at the reception when you've finished.
The grate is open. This is alarming. He's fine where he is, under the cover, still.
How can he sleep with all this noise?
I'll admit it's not normal. Perhaps the smoke has poisoned
He's
him.
gone.
I had better take a look.
Be careful, Doctor. He is dangerous.
O'Sullivan!
It's impossible. He was with us only a few moments ago. Or else...
Or else it wasn't O'Sullivan.
My God, he's escaped. The rat killer has escaped.
Well, that's just great. So the guy, and so I gave the keys to the rat killer. Just wonderful.
I must warn Holmes. Ah, Holmes, there you are. Hans has escaped. I fear that this inquiry is a bitter defeat for us.
Not at all, my dear fellow. Quite the contrary. Follow me.
Why the devil have you brought me behind the prison?
We have an appointment, Watson. Look who is waiting for us.
Shieldman! I'll go back and alert the guards.
Calm down. He's harmless.
Calm down, he's harmless.
But what is he doing here? Why hasn't he run away?
Because I asked him not to.
Are you telling me that you helped him to escape?
Quite so, as he wouldn't have been able to do so alone.
But how? And why? He's a dangerous madman. Holmes, you've made me an accomplice in this escape. You owe me some explanation.
And you will have them. But my priority for the moment is to remove our new friend to a safe place. I won't be long, but I must go alone. I'll rejoin you later. Just give me your next destination.
Very well. I suppose you know what you're doing.
How could you doubt it? Here, take the notes. They will help you when you write up the account of our visit to Westgate. So, where do I find you?
I think it would be better to go back to Baker Street.
All right. I will join you there.
Okay. Holmes' notes regarding the way he helped Hans Shieldman to escape from prison are so extraordinary that I feel it would be better to transcribe word for word the conversation that we had afterward. Regarding this matter, I felt the impatience in my friend's look. However, he delayed relaying to me the details of his incredible achievement. He began by telling me about Hans Shieldman's fountain pen. This is what he said. The key to the escape was actually Hans Shieldman's fountain pen. I discovered a note inside Shieldman's locker. I can quote it to you from memory. Whoever is smart enough to open this case should know that a couple of drops of my masterpiece are mixed together with the ink inside the pen's reservoir. If you are reading this note, it means that I am in a tight spot. So understand that my special ink will temporarily destroy the will of anyone it touches. Therefore, you have a few precious seconds during which you can shape the subject's will. You recognize my genius. Use this knowledge to get me out of the embarrassing situation that I am undoubtedly in. Shieldman had left this instrument for his future escape inside a case secured by a devious combination. The way he could ensure that none of the prison staff would find it, other than a well-informed friend. Understanding this, I decided to play along with him, but with a double game of my own. I would help him to escape, but I would also keep him under control by using his own creation on him. I allowed Shieldman to commence the game by giving him his pen, and then I started to advance my pawns. My first move was to persuade the director that it was necessary to search the cell. I therefore passed the ball into Shieldman's court by giving him the opportunity with Warden James. He did not waste it. He coated the bars of his cell with the poisoned ink, and Warden James, whose hands were contaminated, was under his control for a few seconds. He discreetly and quietly simply ordered James to give him the key. The ball was then back in my court. Now I had to find a way of neutralizing Warden O'Sullivan, who was to be the basement guard, as we discovered when we found Miss Patterson's duty sheet. I must admit that the young warden helped me enormously by asking me to sign the prisoner's visitor's book. Absorbed in the tale, I went over to the chronology of the events in my mind. I remarked that Holmes had already signed the visitor's book before giving Shieldman his pen. He replied in the most annoying tone. Exactly, I anticipated it, and it was because of that I managed to get a step ahead of my game with Shieldman. I was leading the race, and all the while, he believed it to be the other way around. Spielman did not suspect that I had already used his poison. Thought that O'Sullivan being asleep was a godsend. He therefore was not suspicious about the letter of reference that he found inside the warden's pocket. Holmes then returned to the point at which he had broken from his tale to point out to me the lack of pertinence to my remark. Okay. Do not put the cart before the horse, Watson. Do let me continue. So, by merely touching the fresh ink upon the page, in the visitor's book, O'Sullivan was under my control. I suggested a state of advanced drowsiness, but ordered him not to do anything immediately, just sufficient for him to be unable to resist the siesta during his guard duty. Later, after the change of the guard, Spielman used the keys to let himself out of his cell. He hit the sleeping O'Sullivan over the head and exchanged his prison uniform for the warden's. Then he created the smoke screen by using the ingredients that I had given him: sugar from Miss Patterson's tea tray, Brighton's bicarbonate of soda, potassium nitrate from the guard's room, and sulfur from a few matches. He used the keys again to free the Flint brothers. The two ruffians leapt at each other's throat and made the very dickens of a noise. He had the diversion he needed to leave the high security area. That is the moment where you entered the game, Watson. Thinking that you were helping O'Sullivan, you allowed Hans Spielman to open the corridor annex to the bars by throwing him the key. On my side, I opened the second lock by turning the alarm on again. In light of Holmes's explanation, I began to see my actions during this episode from quite another angle. I was troubled by the way that he had used me without my having any idea at the time of the duplicity of my actions. I interrupted his monologue to refer to the guards who had not realized what was happening and who were occupied with restraining Flint brothers. Holmes continued, exactly. So there was now only one obstacle in front of the Spielman. Gordon Brighton, the reception desk at the front of the building. He interrupted him again, but it was the director who summoned him. So instantly, Holmes, you won't have me believe that he was an accomplice in this escape. Of course not. I provoked the director's rage toward Brighton. Too impatient, I could not stop myself from asking how. I discovered that Jenny Patterson and Brighton were lovers. I also knew that the director did not have any idea about their affair and that he would surely fall into a foul rage if he found out. I asked him if that was also the reason why Miss Patterson had been summoned. Yes, she knew I had opened her locket to find the guard duty list, and so she knew that I was aware of her affair with Brighton. She wanted to make sure that I would not say anything. I pointed out that it had been rather unfeeling on his part to have told the director everything, reminding him of his promise to the young woman. He denied it in a somewhat hypocritical manner. I did not say anything. I simply left the lover's letter inside the urgent correspondence box in the secretary's office, knowing that they would be delivered to him a few minutes later, thereby provoking his anger. The director shouted at Brighton, who rushed off to the secretary's office. Gilman now had nothing to stand between him and the front door. Another question leapt into my mind, and not the least important one. Why did he not simply run away once he was outside? Why did he wait? I was not disappointed by my friend's answer. It is evident, my dear Watson, if he did not run away, then it was only thanks to that aforementioned step ahead, of which I told you. You gave me enough time to write the letter of recommendation for O'Sullivan with the poison pen. It was in the pocket of the uniform, and Shieldman could not resist reading it when he found it. But what was written in that letter? Not very much, just congratulations on your escape. Wait for me here. I gave Eddie. And that is how the first and only escape from the most inviolable prison in the kingdom came to pass. A scenario which, without doubt, will prove to be the focus of police colleagues' studies for a long time to come as one of the most extraordinary escapes in the history of modern prison.
Oh, so all that for nothing. Oh, they didn't find anything. Sherlock Holmes isn't a nice man, is he? I don't think I like him now.
Look what I found.
Don't do that. We don't like him, but you shouldn't hit him like that.
Give that back. It's only a doll.
This is Sherlock Holmes's attic. All this must have belonged to him. I want to know what happens next. Keep reading.
3 trails and 2 dead ends. The poor nephew is dead, but Baines has the bishop's murderers. The only one left is the rat killer. Have you questioned him?
No.
May I ask when you're going to do it?
When I have found him.
What? You're not trying to tell me that he's escaped again?
Yes, but this time it's not your fault, nor mine for that matter.
You've been using me, Holmes. I unwittingly aided one of the most dangerous criminals in the kingdom to escape. So please tell me why.
An explanation would be futile. It would only lead to further pointless questions.
But do you have even the slightest notion as to where he might be hiding?
Forget Hans Schielmann for the moment, Watson. Just concentrate on the fact that the bishop is on the chessboard.
In any case, the news has spread like wildfire. Look at the headlines. All the papers are talking about it. And the Globe Explorer, their editors must be jumping for joy.
Let the dogs bark with the pack, Watson.
But how could Farley be so well informed? Look, he also mentions our visit to the opium den, and in great detail. How did he know?
Let me see. Contrary to what you might think, Watson, I do not consider that all of our trails have led to dead ends. We're simply missing a common denominator, something that links them together. And our journalist's mystery informer might just be that missing link.
Should we attempt to uncover his identity?
It is essential that we do so. Let us examine the map. We must talk to Mr. Farley.
Okay.
Find Farley's office on the map.
All right.
Here we are at Farley's office. One cannot say that ethics play a very large role in his life. Look at the headlines pinned to the walls, like trophies of bad taste. Perhaps we will finally begin to understand the reasons for his persistence in tarnishing your reputation.
Perhaps.
All right.
Coffee. It's still hot.
Cigarettes. An ordinary, inexpensive brand.
A press card. Osmond Farley. It's his overcoat.
Okay.
I cannot leave now.
Oh, that's the wrong way.
This door is locked. Is Farley afraid of being interrupted suddenly?
I must go out for a while, Miss Jean. I won't be long. Ask my appointments to wait, and send this message as a matter of urgency.
Mr. Osmond Farley, I presume?
Messrs. Holmes and Watson. What a surprise.
What is there so surprising about being visited by the targets of your slander?
I never slander. I inform.
You will have to accept the consequences of these articles, Mr. Farley.
Those words sound like a threat, Mr. Holmes.
I never threaten. I merely warn.
You don't frighten me, Mr. Holmes. I know all of your little
secrets. What are you
secrets.
doing here now?
And soon all of London will find out what really hides behind the facade of the impeccable detective. Thanks to my work, the whole world will discover the true Sherlock Holmes. Gentlemen, I don't wish you a good day.
Wow.
What a bore! Even to the point of refusing to shake our hands.
Which means that we can avoid having to wash them. Did you notice the crumbs on his jacket? He had just finished eating and his hands will be covered in grease, the same as his mouth.
Slovenly habits. That's quite disgusting, Holmes.
Do not be deceived, Watson. The workmanship in those tailor-made clothes indicate that he is a man who takes pride in his appearance. If Farley has left without brushing off his jacket or washing his hands, then it is because he spotted our approach and wished to avoid us at all costs.
Here now.
But why?
We will find out.
Leave the
by
cables
searching his
alone.
office.
The secretary will stop you. Please reassure me, Holmes, you don't intend upon knocking her out?
Only if we exhaust every other viable alternative.
The secretary is occupied in sending a telegram via their electric telegraph. Farley asked that she should do so before he left.
We must find a way of interrupting the transmission, which will oblige her to go to the telegraph office in Kensington. It will take her some time to get there, and if we add on the time it takes to send the telegram and then return here, we should have ample time to search the office without being disturbed.
I suppose it's unnecessary to point out the illegality of this search?
I'm afraid so. This hanger has a large iron hook. Closed. I need a tool to remove the lid. I can hear an electrical humming. The secretary is using the electricity supplied by this switch. Let us see if I can cause a short circuit.
Okay.
There we are. It is simplicity itself.
Oh, that's just too bad.
Get out quickly, Watson. I'm going to hide here. The way is clear. Let's go, Watson.
Well.
A page of this notebook has been torn out. We can only see the title in shorthand and today's date. It's a message that the secretary must send urgently. I'm going to recopy it.
You can read shorthand? You never cease to amaze me. Were you a secretary before becoming the great Sher?
Perhaps, perhaps. But no, a man must have his secrets.
Notes on the investigation into Sherlock Holmes. To all his colleagues after the visit from...
The ribbon is missing from this machine. A makeup case with a good brush. I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light. I must look more attentively. I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light. I must look more attentive. I must.
Burnt paper. I will call on you this morning for this letter. Receive it urgently. Your relevance regarding our hands, shoes are incredibly surprised. And the individualism of this sort.
This paper only just escaped the flames.
But who is this note about? And who wrote it?
I will deal with it later. This ashtray is worth examining. This ash comes from an ordinary, well-known brand of cigarettes. It is still warm. A bunch of keys, a telephone, a technological marvel. A number was written next to it quite recently. A fine, educated hand.
Holmes, this number seems very familiar.
Yes, but let us dial it to be sure. Miss, get me 1313, please. It is Scotland Yard, of course. I'm beginning to understand.
Lucky you.
This cabinet has a lot of drawers, each marked with a letter. There is surely a great deal of information in them.
But we can't open all of them. We must know what we are looking for.
Someone closed the curtain as though he wanted to maintain his privacy. Our man left his sandwich unfinished. Here is Farley's secretary's telegram. Nothing special here. I must look more attentively.
I understand what you want to do. It's an old trick.
I can see what has been written. Please write it down.
Very well, Holmes.
Follow Holmes. Prepare element bio. DF.
I wonder which drawer the secretary was interested in. The DF drawer. Of course, the one in the message that we deciphered from the secretary's desk blotter. Closed. The DF drawer. Of course, the one in the message that we deciphered from the secretary's desk blotter. Closed. The DF drawer. Of course, the one in the message that we deciphered from the secretary's desk blotter. There are a lot of cards. I must find out which one was consulted last.
Get behind.
Judging from all the notes on the board, our reporter is an assiduous and organized worker.
Photo of Prince Woodville.
A photograph of Prince Woodville. Farley is evidently also interested in this affair.
The Globe Explorer. Mystery surrounds a body drowned in the Thames. Body of a man discovered yesterday morning upon the banks of the Thames. Still remains a mystery. An autopsy has revealed that the amount of water in the victim's lungs confirms the man's death by drowning. However, the many gaping wounds upon his body point to a savage aggression before death. For the moment, no explanation has been provided by the authorities. The victim was able to be identified. The man, a 53-year-old bargeman, was already known to the law, where his name has appeared in proceedings relating to the breach of legislation in different merchandise trafficking affairs, principally in the cereal market. The latest charge dates back several days. The court was prosecuting the deceased for destruction and degradation of goods, namely a vast quantity of wheat. The shortage raging simultaneously in London would not have encouraged the judge to lean towards leniency. If this horrifying death had not interrupted the proceedings.
A horrible story, and rather a strange one.
News in brief, the convent of St. Anthony in the town of Langfair on the Isle of Anglesey, Wales, was the scene of a macabre discovery last Sunday. Upon the villagers' arrival at the convent with their arms laden with provisions for the nuns' honor of St. Anthony, patron saint of butchers and good meat, it would seem that it already was too late, and the temptations by the aforementioned saint struck brutally with the holy place upon the fateful day. The convent's 16 nuns apparently succumbed to a collective strain of madness which resulted in their horrifically devouring one another. The lifeless bodies were found in canteen around what appears to have been their last meal, a clear vegetable soup. Member of the episcopacy who wished to remain anonymous informed us that sometimes such atrocities do strike such places where women dwell together as women, due to the complexity of their natures, are less able to cope with the imposed asceticism that precedes St. Anthony's Day. It must be said that it was not necessary for just one more day, and this drama would most probably never have happened. The relic of a sausage offered to St. Anthony by an angel, found in 987 during the Third Crusade and brought back from Constantinople, remained untouched, a sign that the nuns, even in their madness, were able to remain respectful towards the Lord. This number of the high religious authorities told us.
Here's what is strange: an attack of collective insanity.
That's that.
The secretary has just changed the typewriter ribbon. There are smudges of dark blue ink. The key is still in the lock. There are a lot of cards. How to find the right one? No, it is unnecessary. No, it is unnecessary. I can't do that. No, it is unnecessary. These blue stains come from an old typewriter ribbon. This card has been removed recently.
Prince Woodville, closely related to the royal family, recently permitted to legally use the title of prince after an investigation by a committee of experts and representatives of the royal line. Highly regarded among the common people, involved in charitable and philanthropic action, distributions of soup to the needy to the Whitechapel area, financing a campaign for medical treatment and distribution of blankets. He describes himself as popular, but his critics prefer the term populist. Intelligent and cultivated by some abrupt changes of mood have been observed when replying to journalists. Tactless questions.
This card has got grease marks on it. The reporter made them. Apparently, he's making inquiries about Prince Woodville, too.
But where do you come into all this? Look, if we pull the curtain a little, we can see out into the street.
Someone closed the curtain, as though he wanted to maintain his privacy.
Okay.
What should we do next, Holmes?
This ashtray is worth examining. This cigar is of a fine quality. It must be very expensive and difficult to obtain.
And it is not even finished. What a waste.
This ashtray is worth examining.
Why is that not?
This ashtray is worth examining. The cigar end is still hot. Farley was not alone when we arrived at his secretary's office.
You are thinking of the owner of the cigar.
Yes, the reporter smokes ordinary cigarettes. Can you smell the subtle scent of gingerbread? That is the characteristic odor of a Habano Clarissimo. Our mysterious visitor is a rich man, Watson. This category of Havanas is exorbitant, and I cannot imagine a cigar lover crushing out such a marvelous smoke before finishing it. Since we saw no one leaving the building, that must point to a secret exit somewhere.
How are we going to find it?
By retracing Farley's steps from the moment before we arrived. Look, this room is teeming with clues.
Okay. So the The paper isn't entirely burnt. The journalist wanted to get rid of the paper. The journalist dropped this paper into the fire by accident. This paper has nothing to do with the journalist. The journalist deliberately threw this paper into the fire. The journalist wanted to light a fire in the fireplace. The journalist threw this paper into the fire without making sure that it burned entirely. There's a cigar and the ashes from it in the ashtray. The journalist's visitor smoked a cigar. The journalist smoked a cigar and a cigarette at the same time. This cigar has been here for a long time. The visitor smoked a cigar and sat opposite the journalist. The journalist left the cigar to cover a woman's perfume. The journalist liked the smell of cigars. Journalist looked at a card cover. The journalist looked out the window and saw a home. The key is still in the lock. On the inside of the door, the secretary put this key in the lock when she was leaving. The journalist didn't close the door. The journalist closed the door and left the key in the lock. The journalist wanted to make sure the door was closed. The journalist saw a shadow under the door. The journalist forgot to lock the door.
This book has fallen down from the shelf.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. My word, it's my stories about your investigations.
A real investigative reporter must have read them, my dear Watson. My adventures have fallen from this shelf. This armchair is out of place.
Alright, so the armchair is in the wrong place. The journalist sat in the armchair. The journalist pushed the armchair when he ran. journalist visitor sat in this armchair. The journalist moved the armchair to get something from underneath it. The journalist pushed the armchair when he heard the doorbell. The journalist pushed the armchair as a means of protection. The journalist dropped the book here accidentally. The journalist wanted to give this book to his visitor. The journalist wanted to draw attention to this book. This book is not from the bookcase. The journalist needed some information from the book. The journalist accidentally dropped a book from the bookcase. The journalist was hiding a compromising photo in
Farley consulted a card while he ate, which was given to him by his secretary just before she changed the ribbon on her typewriter. The reporter's greasy fingerprints are all over the card. When he went to file it away, he glanced automatically out of the window and saw us in the street.
He closed the filing cabinet and rushed to lock his office door. In his haste, he pushed his chair aside, but didn't think to return it to its place.
Precisely. He then hurried to tell his visitor of our arrival and showed him the way out. He then threw a piece of paper into the fireplace.
But we still don't know how the cigar-smoking visitor departed.
The answer lies in the direction the reporter took, Watson. At a certain moment, he would have been in a place where he had no logical reason to be. Look at our deduction board, and then let us go to the place where the reporter should not be. Perfect. Yes, Watson. In his haste, Farley dropped this book, taking it from the shelf.
Let's search this place.
There's a control box built into the filing cabinet. This box must open the secret door.
We don't know the combination, Holmes.
The answer is perhaps within the question, my dear fellow.
Okay.
There we are. It is simplicity itself. Let us go and look at this secret exit, Watson. Chance has smiled upon us, Watson. This hat was almost certainly abandoned by our mysterious visitor. Imagine the scene. In his hurry, the cigar man drops his top hat. The door closes. The hat is caught beneath it. Fearing above all that he should be discovered, he does not attempt to retrieve it, instead preferring to flee.
Who would take such action to avoid meeting us?
I cannot tell as yet, but it is certain that he carries the advantage of knowing us. We must discover his identity in order to redress the balance, and this hat will help us. Let us return to Baker Street.
All right. We're going to...
Let's hope that an examination of this top hat will reveal to us the identity of its owner.
It will, you can be sure of that.
For once, I must insist that you allow me to work alone, Holmes.
As you wish. Take your time. I will examine this hat at my work table. I will examine this hat at my work table. This hat is of an exceptional quality. The man who owned it is wealthy. His hair is graying, and judging by the odor, he puts camphor on it. He is probably in his early 50s. This hat was made to measure by a well-known hatter located near the Old Bailey. Heat marks and a strong smell of tobacco. A cigar smoker, which confirms that this hat belongs to the reporter's visitor.
That's a clever detail.
Someone has changed the ribbon for another, more modern one, which shows a certain taste for current fashions. Not a mistress, but someone who pays attention to details. This man is married.
Oh. Is he?
Slight scratch marks. Slight scratch marks. The man wears glasses, and whenever he puts them on, he grazes the sides of his hat. This would suggest that he is educated and long-sighted rather than short-sighted. I now have an excellent description of the man that I am looking for. The journalist's mysterious visitor is in a profession highly placed on the social scale. He is rich and married. He must have called Scotland Yard in Farley's presence. He frequents the law courts, from which he makes his purchases. This man is a judge. Let us look through my files to see if I can identify this judge. I have a memoir on the most influential judges. I have found my file. I must place it on my work table.
Okay. Find which of these judges visited the journalist. Here's the hat. I'm the judge. So. Okay, he doesn't hat. Well, maybe he does. He's got a. Okay. Looks just. Wears glasses. Is married. Has gray hair. He wears a hat. Smokes a cigar. Those glasses. No, those are. Okay. Is married. He doesn't have gray. He definitely does. This guy married. There's glasses. Does not smoke a cigar.
That's not right. Start again.
What's not? Oh.
Right. It is him, Judge Beckett.
Have you discovered the top hat's secrets, Holmes?
Watson, this hat belongs to Sir Coots Beckett, a judge of the court at the Palace of Justice in London.
A judge? Wait, did you say Sir Beckett? That name rings a bell. Yes, that's it. What an extraordinary coincidence. Holmes, I was reading something about him in the Globe Explorer only this morning.
Decidedly, this Beckett seems to have solid ties with the gutter press.
I bought it from a rascal who ran off without giving me my change. I'm sure that I've seen him before, and...
Spare me the details, Watson. Show me the article.
Globe Explorer. The generous lady, Lady Kathy Coots Beckett, wife of the Honorable Judge Coots Beckett, is an exceptional woman who freely gives her time and her money towards the education of deprived children. When most of the city's great families close the doors of their luxurious mansion to the poor, Lady Beckett opens hers and has created a school for illiterate children. This class has been open for 8 years now, and according to our estimations, nearly 150 children in need have learned to read and write here. 150 children who, thanks to the woman's generosity, have been able to avoid the plight of the beggar and have found worthy jobs. This is not all. As well as enabling their access to culture and education, Lady Beckett also takes the children on vacation, along with their servants whose help is needed to assist with an entire class of students. This year, she is taking them to Portsmouth. For most, it will be the first time that they have seen the sea. Exceptionally, Judge Beckett will not be going along for the trip. The eminent magistrate is retained in London by important current files. We wish an excellent holiday to the devoted lady and her pupils. We thank her for her generous undertaking.
So, Lady Beckett is on holiday in Portsmouth. That means her husband is at home alone. Good. We shall pay a courtesy call, Watson. With a little luck, we shall leave with a few habanos clarissimo.
That you should interest a judge of the High Court isn't surprising. You have solved so many criminal affairs that there are 1,000 reasons why a magistrate should be interested in you. But why should this one feel the need to act in shadows?
It's true that it's surprising. Perhaps he simply wishes to avoid being seen in the company of this Farley fellow.
Mr. Kirby, our local postman, owes me a favor. He'll give me Beckett's address. At this hour, he should still be at the post office. I'll go there, Holmes.
Good, Watson, but be quick about it. While you're gone, I'll make preparations for our visit.
Sir Coots Beckett. I've got the address. We can go round after a nice cup of tea.
Don't get too comfortable, Watson. We're leaving immediately.
All right.
This is the front of Judge Beckett's property. It's enormous. It looks very luxurious, Holmes. This man has conducted his career brilliantly. Who says that crime doesn't pay? It all depends upon for whom.
You never said a truer word, Watson. Now, let's try to find a way in.
What's that package you are carrying, Holmes? You haven't said a word about it all the way here.
Cakes for my old aunt.
Your old aunt? Stop pulling my leg, Holmes.
If you want a sensible answer, then you should ask a sensible question.
Very well. I'm going to ring the doorbell. That should be an appropriate task for someone like me.
No, leave it. I'll do it. Closed.
No reply. The house seems empty. Shall we wait, Holmes?
No, we shall enter discreetly. The judge's absence is a blessing. It means that we can investigate without being disturbed.
You're thinking of breaking into the judge's house? Have you gone mad, Holmes?
Don't worry, I shall be careful to remove any traces of our visit.
Listen to yourself, Holmes. You're talking like a common criminal.
Right.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see. I need a supple pin, Watson. Can you find me one?
Very well, Holmes.
Dr. Watson, how lovely to see you again. Do you remember me?
Of course, Miss Lucy. How could anyone forget so pretty a smile? You are looking quite lovely. I'm pleased to see that you are no longer living within that dreadful area of Whitechapel, even though the shadow of Jack no longer haunts it. It certainly wasn't a place for a young woman such as yourself. Ah, Lucy, you have no idea how heart-lifting it is to meet you here like this, particularly at this time. Tell me what you've been doing. You've become a florist.
Oh yes, Doctor, I am a florist. And I'm married now with beautiful little twin girls.
Congratulations, Lucy.
Enough about me. Can I help you with something? A pretty bouquet, perhaps?
Not at the moment, Lucy. I really need a supple metal stem. A plant prop should do.
Oh, I see. Is it to open a door or a window?
Aha, Lucy, you are a surprising lady. Let's just say that the lock on the door to my flat gets stuck, and I should like to get in through the window.
In that case, a prop wouldn't work. Better to use a hair grip. It's the ideal tool for an honest man who wants to get into his house without going in through the door.
You are wonderful, Lucy.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Wow, that was easy.
I need a supple pin, Watson. Can you find me one?
Very well, Holmes. Here you are, Holmes.
Perfect. This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see.
Oh. I do believe that is correct.
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see. Good, we can pass. Here's the kitchen. There's enough room to feed a dozen people in here.
Yes, according to the newspaper, the judge's wife also feeds her pupils, in addition to teaching them.
There's something interesting here. An oar lock. This isn't the place for it. Cooking oil.
Back when they used glass for everything. To which I think glass should return.
This classroom is magnificent. These children are very lucky. Can you hear that small metallic sound? There is something inside there.
This is a photo of the judge and his wife. This photograph was taken on Judge Beckett's wedding day.
My love, I'm leaving this note for you to find as soon as you return home. I will likely not be here when you get back, for I have become involved in an extremely important affair, and it is this which is the case of my recent absence. Seeing the nature and impact of my current inquiry, I must obtain an interview with the Prime Minister without further delay. The security of the country itself is at stake, but please do not be alarmed, my dear. Enjoy your trip with your pupils. Speaking of pupils, it would seem that one of them has taken 2 of my oarlocks. You know how much these souvenirs mean to me. They represent the greatest triumphs of my youth in the New York Boat Race Championship. I should be grateful if you would do everything possible to find them. I also noticed that the suite cupboard has been vandalized. I have always supported you in your venture and your humanitarian work, and I know how difficult it is to break the bad habits which those street children have picked up. But perhaps you should teach them to respect other people's property before teaching them to read. My dear daughter, by marrying Lord Beckett, you have made me a happy father. What better husband could I wish for my only daughter? None. Lord Beckett is an honest man who believes in justice. He is also honorable and incorruptible. A rare quality indeed. When I recall my initial reticence in allowing you to depart for India, I regret my paternal protectiveness, for I have come to admire your perseverance and your strong will. For indeed it is your kindness and your dedication towards the destitute children that led you to the voluntary work in those dilapidated orphanages in Bombay. And it is equally this altruistic engagement that led you to meet the man who was destined to become your husband. If you had listened to your stubborn old father, you would never have left England and you would never have met Lord Beckett. Now that you are back in England and your husband has set up a schoolroom for you in his house, I hope to see more of you. If you read this letter, you should have received a small gift from me in honor of your return. I know of your love for travel. This mechanical planisphere, created by the best craftsman cabinet maker in London, should please you. It is a type of safe. I ask for the combination to be personalized. You will easily remember it, your loving father.
This woman is admirable. As she was unable to have children of her own, she decided to care for hundreds of others.
This screw is stuck. It is preventing the picture from turning.
The blackboard shows the last lesson given to the children, ancient Greek.
Perfect. An oarlock.
Yeah, another one. It would.
The door handle has been removed.
Weird.
Please take note, Watson.
We are making headway. How do we know what this means?
The little joker who has borrowed the sweet cupboard's door handle, please return it without delay. The handle is back in its place before the end of the week. No one will be punished. Now I will be obligated to place the whole class in detention. Lady Beckman.
There are naughty children in every school, from what I can see.
There is no point in visiting the upper floors. We know from the newspapers that this building is deserted, so there is no risk of anyone coming down and surprising us. This room is undoubtedly the judge's office. It is double locked.
It would be better not to force this door, nor break a window. Judge Beckett could return at any moment.
You're right, but he surely must have left a spare. With somebody he trusts, of course. This plan is useless.
This plan is useless.
A book about student organizations in the United States of America. This screw is stuck. It is preventing the picture from turning. This screw is stuck. It is preventing the picture from turning.
A desire to cook.
Greek letters. Copy them down, dear fellow.
Very well, Holmes.
Most romantic evening of life, Bombay. This is that's 10 o'clock right there. A present from Lord Covert, Miss Beckett, as the keepsake of this blessed day of your marriage.
There is some connection between cities and numbers on top of the box, but I lack the necessary information to obtain the solution. This overall belongs to the young James. Sweet papers fallen from a pupil's overall pocket.
It would be better not to force this door, nor break a window. Judge Beckett could return at any moment.
You're right, but he surely must have left a spare. With somebody he trusts, of course. This plan is useless.
Okay.
Big Ben. The judge got married in London, and early in the morning, as it is just 10 a.m. This is a photo of the judge and his wife. Apparently, they were unmarried at the time. I cannot see a wedding ring. The most romantic evening of my life in the heat of Bombay.
So...
The most romantic... The clock points to 6 p.m. Interesting.
Okay. How do I solve this?
Perfect. Perfect. There we are. It is simplicity itself. A key.
Okay. So...
This plan is useless. Sweet papers fallen from a pupil's overall pocket. This overall belongs to the young James.
the only name you...
We are in the judge's private office, Holmes. What are you going to do? Turn everything upside down?
That is a distinct possibility. I will not leave until I have found what I am looking for.
Don't forget your cakes when we leave, Holmes.
Of course, Watson. An oarlock. It must be a souvenir. The judge used to row. A souvenir from the University of New York. That's the university where Judge Beckett studied. Beckett, honorary member. This must be the symbol of an organization to which the judge belongs. Look at this symbol. It must surely be very important to Judge Beckett. A souvenir. The young Beckett and his friends rowing. Blind justice. From whence his ignorance? Amusing. This door is very solid, and there's no lock.
The best thing to do is to carry on exploring this place, Holmes.
Interesting.
This gentleman certainly likes oars, to the point of exhibiting them in his office.
Here's which fraternity Judge Beckett was a member of.
A Greek letter. I am missing some information. This note must surely be very important to Judge Beckett.
Join the best fraternity. Our success is constant.
The list of symbols of the American universities. A Greek. I am missing some information. The list of symbols of the American universities. These oars can turn. These oars can turn. These oars can turn. I can make out a mechanism at the bottom of each of these holes. Watson, this really is the most ingenious system. It controls the opening mechanism.
Very ingenious. But do we need to enter? Judge Beckett is very rich, and the room perhaps only holds valuable objects which he wishes to protect from thieves.
Doors are made to be opened, my dear fellow. I am missing some information.
Okay.
Nothing but trophies. The judge must be very proud of them. Nothing of interest here.
No? Okay.
A Habano Clarissimo cigar.
The door handle has been removed. The door handle has been removed. The door handle has been removed. The door handle has been removed.
This plan is useless.
Plan is useless, he says.
There is no point in visiting the upper floors. We know from the newspapers that this building is deserted. I am missing some information.
Did you be missing?
I am missing some information. I am missing some information. The list of symbols of the American universities.
Which fraternity was a member?
This note must surely be very important to Judge Beckett.
Join the best fraternity. Our success is constant. 314. Lot. Okay. Yeah, well, I did the code on the hanger, but
Sweet paper. This overall.
oh, a bit stumped.
This plan is useless.
Okay, well, the book. Here's the bookcase, but I have already gotten the book that I need. Anything else?
I am missing some information. This note must surely be very important to Judge Beckett.
Okay. Don't understand where there's stuff in the classroom that I need. Because these handles right here.
It's a sweet box, probably for rewarding good pupils.
Okay.
One of the Greek books is open, perhaps the subject of the last lesson. Everything points to someone who does not wish us to open this cabinet, which is a good enough reason for opening it. Well, the young James has stolen the handle to the sweet cupboard so that he can pilfer it whenever he likes. If we find his desk, we will find the handle. This overall belongs to the young James. Sweet papers fallen from a pupil's overall pocket.
All right. Getting very stuck on this puzzle.
It's a plan of the classroom.
Thanks to this plan, we will know which desk belongs to James.
Okay. It is important to make children feel responsible by giving them small tasks and, where possible, assign the task based on the physical and intellectual capacities of the children. The row leaders are represented by a flag. Others have a small image that corresponds to their task for practical lessons together. Children are grouped 4 to 8. Lewis has good eyesight. He surprised me when he saw an airship in the sky. This gave us the opportunity for a lesson about the conquest of the sky. Okay. Caring for plants. Anastasia, very pretty and doll-like. Very well educated, she should have a very happy life. To help her to integrate, she sits on the left of Ophelia, who is who is gentle and patient. Alyssa and Talia are adorable sisters. I can't bring myself to separate them. Since the arrival of Anastasia, Orson seemed captivated by her. I ought to make him change places because he looks at the board. She is in his field of vision and it disturbs him. But I can't make up my mind. Puppy love is such a beautiful thing. Moreover, he has stopped chatting with his neighbor Bart. Okay. I put Ophelia in the first row between my desk and the board. She has a very quiet voice and she would blush every time I asked her to repeat herself. Row leader, window row, Lloyd. Aaron has suddenly grown, so I put him at the back behind Fergus, who is as tall as him. Row leader, kitchen line, Taylor. An empty place on his right. Pierce is one of those children who takes a little time to accept the rules, but he is a nice boy and I like him very much. Put a stop to any problems by putting him near my desk, behind Anastasia, and next to little Elmer, who is very mature for his age. Simon and James come from the same village. I put them together. Simon on James's left. Blackboard cleaning, Fergus. Mark is such a good boy, he can sit with anyone. Little Jasper is often sick. To avoid disturbing the class, feed him close to the kitchen. Charles is still waiting for the glasses I ordered for him. Because of that, he needs to sit in the light and close to the board. I changed his and his neighbor Eddie's place. Eddie likes to sit by the window, but he is a daydreamer. I intend for him, his neighbor, to exchange places. Bart is very studious. I appointed him to care for storage of the youngest group book. Rose and Louisa adore books and are writing a novel together in secret. I let them sit together to encourage this beautiful little secret. Louisa will be in charge of the older children's books. That way she will have access to all the books. You say the exact same. Elmer is very calm and reasonable. He should sit with Pierce because he has a good influence on him. Row leader, middle row, Justin. Simon and James come from the same village. I put them together. Simon on James's left. Young Damien is very smart. Saved from his wretched life, he was working in a textile factory and has lost the use of his right hand. He is now one of the brightest in class. Always put him on the left side of a table to allow him to create comfortably with his left hand.
All right, let's open James's desk.
See this one.
Perfect.
All right. Okay.
The list of symbols of the American universities.
Okay.
Well done, Holmes.
All right.
Incredible. Masses and masses of files. Holmes, these files, these cards, these reports, they're all about you.
So it would seem.
Your whole career is mapped out here, investigation by investigation. Look, a detailed report about your work in Whitechapel during the Ripper affair. And there, your relationship with a certain A. Lupin. And here, the details of your methods and transcriptions of your conversations with the greatest violent criminals. My God, look at the titles of the files. Fraud, deception, corruption, forgery, murder. What does it all mean?
Quiet. Let me concentrate.
Concentrate? This judge has the reputation of
There
being the
isn't
most
that much
honest
to
in the
this game.
kingdom.
I'm gonna go
And he
until
has built an
midnight.
overwhelming pile of documents as high as Big Ben about you, and you talk of concentration? To open his chest to what end?
Quiet.
Holmes, answer me. What is the real reason for our being here? Did you know what we were going to find before we came here?
Evidently.
So that is the real reason behind this break-in. You're only interested in the contents of the chest. All the rest of it was nothing more than lies and manipulation.
The most important is the one in the chest, Watson.
Okay, so. So what I need to Yes. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, this puzzle is very demanding. Okay. So let's do a different. Okay. All the reds are. Now we gotta separate the blues. Okay. I'm gonna go down now.
There. I have what I came for.
Show me the file, Holmes.
It is unnecessary, Watson.
It's a file about you, isn't it? Is it so compromising that you don't dare show it to me? You came here to steal the research about you carried out by Judge Beckett, Holmes. It was the only thing that interested you.
We'll see about that later. We must put everything back in its place. No one must know that we've been here. Help me. Go and put the paddles back into their original position, and I'll deal with the rest.
Alright. Well, I guess.
But that's the plan of my flat. I mean, our flat.
Quick, Watson, we must get out of this house. Immediately.
What? But
Be quick, man. It's urgent.
because of you, we have to flee like common criminals, which it seems we have now become. I only hope that the game is worth the risk. Show me the file right now.
Let's find a cab as quickly as possible. We can't stay here.
Why are you in such a hurry? Wait! Look over there! Judge Beckett! Yes, it's him. Let's go and talk to him.
It's too late.
Do as you wish, Holmes, but I need to hear an explanation about what was in that armored room. I'm going.
No, stay here. That's an order.
Your giving orders changes nothing. I'm going to talk to Judge Beckett, and you will not stop me.
Well.
Watson! Watson! Are you all right?
My God! What happened? Lucy! Oh, Lucy, poor girl. I must do something. Holmes, I need your help here.
Forgive me, Watson, but I'm afraid that I must leave now.
Leave? What the devil do you mean? Holmes, come back here! Holmes! Holmes! Are you here? Show yourself! No one. Perhaps it is just as well. I don't know what my reaction to him would have been. How dreadful. That poor Miss Lucy hanging between life and death. Luckily, I was able to place her in good hands. But how the devil did Holmes know that a bomb was about to go off? And what's more, he seems to have taken advantage of the tragedy. No more Judge Beckett. No more compromising documents. No more proof. There is nothing at all. And this is how my dear friend and colleague treats his clients' letters. Kurtz's pipe. So Holmes took it with him. I wonder if he would have fired at those fiends in the opium den. A few days ago, such doubts would never have crossed my mind. But today, I find myself asking if he could have killed in cold blood. Loyal Toby. Holmes would have shown us, wouldn't he?
Reporter, new factors regarding Sherlock Holmes. New revelations regarding the true nature of the famous detective Sherlock Holmes have reached our editorial staff. Your humble servant, always seeking the truth, has been able to initiate contact with someone linked to the Bruce Partington plant, case of several years ago. This person is none other than the brother of the unfortunate Arthur Cadogan West, murdered during that terrible affair. The revelations made by this gentleman are astonishing. Desire at all costs to release the truth regarding his brother's death, uncovered a certain implication of Sherlock Holmes in the disappearance of the submarine plans, so that he might lay his hands upon the document. Mr. Holmes accused the famous partner, his accomplice, of stealing the plan. He double-crossed him by making the theft appear simple in order to accuse him later. He then set a trap with the newspaper bluff, a simple small ad, for the partner did not know that Mr. Holmes and his boss were one and the same person. Arrested and found guilty alone, the accomplice died in prison shortly afterwards under suspicious circumstances, taking Holmes' secret with him to the grave. These revelations are extremely important. Mr. Holmes is not a vulgar, deceitful criminal, but well and truly one of the central figures of international violent crime who would not hesitate to betray his homeland, O'Farley.
How dreadful. The paper Holmes used to wrap that mysterious package that he left at the judge's house just a few minutes before the explosion. Locked. No, I don't want to go to bed yet. I must wait for Holmes. There's no point in going out. It's already dark. Better to wait for Holmes here. If he comes back. A fountain pen, just like the rat killers. Today, that dangerous maniac is free. And what's more, it is Holmes's fault. That inquiry at Westgate was a total failure. These events have shattered my nerves. I should sleep for a few hours, or at least I should try. Locked.
Doctor! There you are. I was poisoned.
By who?
Ah, you know him very well. Such a clever man. A brilliant mind, but so evil. He has hurt so many of us.
Who are you talking about? Holmes?
So hot. Flames. The heat is unbearable. Walter, I beg you. Where is he, that devil? One day he will have to answer to a higher power. Oh, I need air. I need water. Ease my pain.
Who did this to you?
Dr. Watson!
Is that Lucy? Lucy, you are wounded.
I can't find my children, Doctor. Find them for me. But I beg you, keep them away from Mr. Holmes.
Lucy, no. Why do you say that? Let me help you.
You are so kind. It is too late for me, but you can still save yourself.
Holmes, I know you are in there. Holmes, open this door immediately.
I think that I would rather not.
Tell me the truth, Holmes. I need to know. You have no right to keep the truth from me. Tell me.
I am sorry, Watson.
Open this door, or I will break it down.
Do what you like. The door is not locked.
What are you doing? No! Holmes! No, it is impossible. What's going on?
Police!
Yes,
Open!
just one moment, I'm coming.
Dr. Watson, is Mr. Holmes here?
Inspector Baines, what?
Is he here or not?
No, I do not believe so.
Open the door, quickly. You're going to have to come with me, Doctor. We have a lot of questions to ask you about your relationship with Sherlock Holmes, and also regarding your movements early yesterday evening. It's empty, Inspector. Get dressed. We're leaving in 2 minutes.
Yes, I'm coming. I'll do all I can to help you. I would also like to find the answers to some of my own questions.
Sergeant, I'd like you to stay here with some of your men and search the place from top to bottom. If there is one clue here that will lead me to him, then I want you to find it. Doctor, you must understand that I am sorry about this situation, but if, as we believe, Holmes is a murderer, I won't hesitate to arrest him.
What did you say? A murderer?
You heard me, Doctor. The Bishop's murderers informed us that they were following orders from Sherlock Holmes.
Baines and his men have ransacked the place during my interrogation at Scotland Yard. I would never have imagined that I should be put through such an ordeal. I have always fought on the side of justice, but to be interrogated for hours like a common criminal, having to proclaim my innocence over and over again. Baines is convinced that Holmes is guilty, but who can blame him? Everything seems to point to him. I had thought that the worst was behind me, but here I am, as a suspected accomplice. All I need to do is to find Holmes, and when I find him, I'll decide. I'm going to search the flat. Perhaps Baines overlooked some clues. Ugh, what a smell! It reeks of tobacco. This disguise evidently belongs to Holmes. This disguise evidently belongs to Holmes. This bust was used to fool Colonel Moran during the case of the empty house. This disguise evidently belongs to Holmes. This is what Holmes was wearing yesterday. Holmes has left his tweed suit here. So, he came back to change after he left me in front of Judge Beckett's house, just after the explosion. Knowing that Scotland Yard is looking for him, he will likely have changed into one of his disguises. I just need to know which one. The best thing to do is proceed by elimination. I will use the wardrobe in the sitting room to reconstruct them. Holmes's tobacco. A hole. There must be a false bottom. I need something thin to prise it up. A photo of Irene Adler, the woman, according to Holmes. A letter addressed to Zachariah Dossett, the clergyman? But what is that doing here? It's a rent reminder. But why should Holmes be concerned about that? Another letter, this one for a certain Escott. Who could that be? This J. Escott must be a worker in the building. A letter addressed to a clerk of the court. Why in heaven's name has Holmes got that? This letter is addressed to a naval captain. My goodness. All these carefully hidden envelopes were addressed to Holmes under various identities. The addresses are therefore those of his hiding places. Holmes has never told me about them. I suppose that he goes there regularly and discreetly to pick up his mail. I cannot waste precious time by going to each of these addresses. I must refine my research.
Oh.
I must collect all the pieces of Holmes's disguises and assemble them in the wardrobe in the sitting room. Baines's men have more or less spared my bedroom. How kind of them. Here is where I write my stories about Holmes's cases, and I've got work to do.
Who's missing in it?
A photo. Holmes's Victoria Cross.
Okay.
There, the entire outfit.
Okay, so I can still have them. Okay. You should be right. Cats are right. This is complete.
There, the entire outfit.
Hey, Ascot, stick.
Perfect. Now I know what Holmes looks like, and I know where to search for him. Let me take a look at the map. It would be better if I took some money before leaving. One can buy a lot of things with notes in Whitechapel. My money! Someone has emptied my wallet. I always keep a little money in it. The police can't have stolen it. It's impossible. Last night I was too tired to think, but now I have to face the truth. Holmes stole my money, like any common low-down scoundrel.
Alright, Whitechapel.
Good. I've got the address of Holmes's hideout. 6 Bucks Row.
Let me take. There are 3 more. There's this section, Watermelon Sewer, and Fun Fair. Okay. Let me see how short they are. This next one is short. Next one is pretty short. Then there's the sewers. Looks short. The last chapter looks pretty long. So let's pick this up tomorrow. Or next week, I mean. Come on. Save this. Here. Okay. So. Exit game. All right. Since that took a little while, I'm gonna forgo a raid tonight. But what's gonna happen next week is I'm gonna do my best to try to finish it next week. I don't know what my schedule is going to be next week. So there is going to be there's going to be some changes coming up because I'm looking in trying to get a job. I'm already doing Zoom meetings with this one financial company. So that's on the table right now. And it's looking like that I might end up going to the training classes on it, which means that I have to find out how often they pay. Because if they pay monthly, I have to give 4-week notice. Maybe 8, depending on how they pay. But with that, we are out.